Can I use your bathroom?
This is what I do. I'm talking to you, Drew. This is what I deal with everything.
Can you add that as a
What is up, folks?
Hey guys, it is Scotch for Dummies.
4 guys on the Scotch journey to help you with your next Scotch purchase.
We are, I don't even know what's going on today.
Could be.
To be honest with you,
Should
it's
be.
crazy.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's a crazy week.
There's cognac involved.
The Balvenie 16 French Oak.
What?
Originally released in roughly 2022.
Two-ish. Yeah. We lose some years with COVID and all that crap.
Yep.
It's fine.
Yeah, whatever.
It's fine. It's 16 years old. It was waiting for us.
So what was it? You said it was 16 years.
16 years in American oak, and then they take it and they put in these crazy
Pino casks.
casks.
So Pino is a unique wine combination. So it is French oak, but before the whiskey went in there, there was a Pino wine that was put in those casks, and that is basically a fortified extra
It's
sweet
grape juice.
Grape juice. So
Yeah.
you take unfermented grape juice, you add some cognac, what is it, eau de vie?
Eau de vie.
Eau de vie. So it's just like the new make cognac to fortify it up to whatever alcohol content you want, and then you age it in these French oak casks. And so these are, you would expect this to have like a really sweet French white wine. I think it's a white wine.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
And the eau de vie is made out of different kinds of fruits. It can't be grapes.
It can't be grapes.
So like pears and cherries and apricots and stuff like that. And depending on what kind of fruit it is, it obviously leaves a lot of character of the fruit in that.
Well, they
distillate.
specifically call it grapefruit.
So I'm anxious to see like what this kind of tastes like. We don't have like fancy wines like that in the United States. We drink like the Mad Dog 2020. That's our fortified
Nothing
grape
wrong with
juice,
that.
right? But it's kind of the same thing. You're putting a distilled spirit in grape juice to raise the alcohol content up, and you're not making wine per se, right?
Right.
Correct.
But it's going to have a lot of the fruit character.
Correct.
So it'll be interesting how it imparts that in the cask.
It doesn't say how long they finish it in those casks. It is 47.6, I think, is what it's coming in at.
47.6%.
It is pretty hefty on the wallet. I think it was 175, 180, something like
it's
that.
not cheap.
It caught
is
my
a
attention.
16 years.
Sure, okay, I get it, but
It's
guys,
still expensive. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not defending it. I'm just saying it is 16 years old.
I guess if we're going to defend the price, we'll say the age and the uniqueness and difference of the finishing casks, right? Because, I mean, can't say we've had this.
I'm going to let the
before.
palate be the judge of that one.
Right.
So, real quick, you picked this up recently, so it is available.
That's what caught my attention. I saw it on the shelf. I'm like, what in the what? And, you know, I probably paid too much, like 180 or something for it. I was in a small town in Indiana, and I just grabbed it. But it's out there.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let's give this a shot.
The nose here and see what's going on. Oh, hello, lover.
It's sweet. It's got a real sweet nose.
But,
Wow.
but underneath it, it's like that grape malt, heavy-bodied malt character.
It just by the nose, it seems like the grape and the heavy malt character and the sweetness from the bourbon casks are all marrying together quite
100%.
nicely.
Absolutely.
Quite nicely.
It's almost port in a sense.
Yeah, it is. It's a really sweet. And that initial nose, when you just like barely waft it, you get a little bit of that sweetness.
Oh.
But when you give it a chance to do a nice slow draw on your nose, that's when you get that good malt character coming
Yeah, I still get some of that oak, though, for sure.
Yeah. It's got a real nice, pleasant
What did you
nose.
say it was? 47.6?
47.6, which is a weird ABV.
I'm wondering if they, I mean, obviously they did it on purpose. They always do it on purpose, but it's not the standard 46, so why
I don't know.
go a little bit
It
higher?
has
It's
a
interesting.
little hot smell to it, but
So on the bottle, it says, hang on.
through. Does it say is it chill filtered?
So, no, I would. 16 years of maturation in American oak cask brings an abundance of vanilla spice and warm honey notes. Oh, thanks for enlightening me. Finishing in Pino casks brings energizing grapefruit, geranium, glazed fruit, and ginger.
I'm not
Geranium,
sure about
huh?
ginger or geranium.
We'll see.
but-
We'll see.
Okay. You guys ready?
Yeah.
To the palate.
Taste it?
Cheers. Oaky up front, right away.
That's really nice.
Wow.
That's very nice. Did you get the ginger?
There's a lot of
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a
It's
lot
kind
of
of a
this to
roller
it.
coaster.
You're right.
I got the ginger.
I got honey up front.
Yep.
And then ginger. We just finished off. It was like a sweet glazed ginger on the back of some honey.
Yep.
Honey, then through the oak area into that ginger, yeah.
Did you get apricot?
This is
'Cause I did.
evolving.
Pretty nice.
Well, that was the first sip.
That was
The second
really-
sip is usually even better.
Yes.
It's a very approachable glass. I don't really notice it being super hot either. You know, you're getting close to 50.
A note of spiciness, but I think it's the ginger.
Yeah. I don't think it's the alcohol.
I don't either.
The ginger is very nice. I don't know what geranium smells like, but I may be getting that too.
Ah, shit.
I'm just saying.
Oh, come on. You know you sniff it every day.
This is a meat and potatoes kind of whiskey. I don't know where.
Okay.
I don't know the.
It is heavy. It's thick. It's rich.
So
Yeah.
why would those real fruity light Pino casks? What have those done to this whiskey?
To me, it added a layer of fruitiness. I think that because I do get fruit.
Like what part of the palate?
It's like mid-high palate, but I get a lot of oak. There's a really nice base of oak, and there's I get some white pepper now on the second sip, like really light. It's not like super crazy that I associate with French oak. And there's a honey that runs all the way through the middle palate, and above that is some fruit notes, some like apricot and grape, and then it's got vanillas on the top side. It's a really nice layered complex
It's like a
whiskey.
jam and stuff.
I actually got
Jam
some
of all
juicy
kinds of
fruit
stuff.
in there.
Yeah,
I can see that.
I really did.
I can totally see that.
this has a lot going on.
What do you think about water on this? I think this is going to handle water.
That's probably.
gonna do
My
it.
guess is when you add the water, that's when you're going to get that fresh grapefruit juice. Grape
Talk
juice.
to me then.
It's there
Goose.
now, though. I mean,
See, I'm not getting any.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
getting a rich, meaty, like classic Scotch coming through there, and I'm not getting a lot of berry
really
grape juice
No.
sweetness.
I'm getting like I didn't even want to say it yet, but I'm getting like grape oatmeal and spices. Like it's just with a hint of wood oak, and it's just all kinds of stuff going
Interesting.
on. Yeah.
It's a fun glass, man.
Now, see, I'm getting some like white wine notes on the nose.
Yeah. Did you put
Yep.
water on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it did thin it out initially. We'll see.
I'm anxious to try it with water.
Like
I
a
think that it's going to
Riesling or-
bring some different notes to the fore. It's interesting. I mean, it's a meat and potatoes Scotch. It's bigger than I would normally think of when I think Balvenie.
Well,
right?
and I would not have expected if they're putting in a sweet wine cask. This is not what I would have expected.
No.
I think neat it did come out swinging.
What do you think about the finish? I mean, it's still going for me. It's
does
got
have
a
a
nice
nice
Oh
long
yeah,
finish.
it's still there.
And it's a big,
It's
rich.
not super viscous, but it's definitely
No.
there lasting.
But to me, neat, it was still a mouthful of a dram, right? Not viscous, not oily, not coating, if you will, but it was still heavy.
Evolving,
It was like, I'm here. There was a lot to it. There was meat.
It's nice on the nose with
Money.
the water.
Oh wow.
Now I'm getting some of that young grape coming through the early mid palate with the water on it.
More oak coming out too.
And we're like opposite because I was getting the rich, heavy.
No,
and
I'm
now,
getting oaky
yeah,
now.
the water.
I think mine needs to sit for a little bit. It's still kind of
tight.
jostled.
No,
But
it's good.
It's
good milk, man.
nice.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Well, that really just took
Came
the
together.
edge just off us a little bit.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's really good.
Yeah, the pieces fit together a little smoother.
I'm not sure that I like it better with the water. It was nice, neat.
It was
I enjoyed
very
it
nice
neat
neat.
a lot.
Right now with water, I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
I think it's more approachable, drinkable with water. However, neat. I feel like it has a little bit more abundance of a jolly, like a gobstopper. It has a little bit more evolution going on. Well, now it's kind of like all those are more rounded, not as edgy.
Yep.
There's
It
a
came back
savory
to me.
note. There's a savory note in there.
Yeah, it's good.
It does take a minute to come back
Yeah.
once you've added the water. It does take a
So
minute.
we're all going to get this good scores. I can tell you right now, based on what we're talking about. I mean, the price though, 180, a little high, but
It's
16,
a special-
16 years.
So this is a specialty bottle. Once you get above $100, it kind of becomes a specialty bottle.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that this isn't something you buy for your everyday bar.
No. True.
Anyway, so this is like a gift bottle or something that you're gifting to yourself. It's a nice dram though.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that price is a little high.
It is.
It is. It's 16 years, I get it. I think I'm gonna give them a little bit of a leeway pass on the finishing casks.
Yep.
Because they are unique and they're not readily out there. You don't see a lot of them, so I get that. They probably had to pay for those casks, and it doesn't say how long they finished them in. You know, it could have been 2 weeks. I don't know, but however long they did, it did make a difference. I think it's really well put together. I love the fact that it marries together. The nose was wonderful. The palate was interesting. It came at me right off the bat with that nice, neat honey note, and then it just followed into a ginger spice, and I was like, shit. And then I put water on it, and it just put it together a little bit better, and I was like, damn. So, I mean, honestly, I know the price point is going to make this tough. I want to give it a 3.5. The price point just makes it, man, it's a lot of money for a 16-year-old. It really is. And maybe I'm stuck, you know, in 7 years ago, but I'm going to give it a 3 because of the price point. It is a unique bottle. It's delicious, and you're right. It's probably something that you don't open and drink every day anyway.
Correct. So I would agree. This is a great whiskey, and I think I figured out the richness I'm getting. The part I like about this is the French oak, not the wine that was in the French oak. So that French oak spiciness and body and all that greatness comes through in that French oak. Great job with it. I'm amazed that you could finish in French oak and pull that out. So maybe I'm reading something into that. But it's a really tasty whiskey. I don't know the advantage of the wine that they put in there. I'm not getting any of that in there. I think a 3 is probably appropriate, but I may go a 2.5 because it is expensive. It's quite good. I enjoy this whiskey. I would never turn it down. I would drink it all day long, but I can't afford to drink it all day long. and at that price point, there's other more unique, you know, celebration whiskeys out there. And this is more of a meat and potatoes kind of whiskey to me than it's a great meat and potatoes whiskey, but it's not. I'm going to give it a 2.5. It's just I think it's overpriced.
Yes and yes. First of all, I am a huge Balvenie fan. I love them.
Yep.
I've always appreciated what they've done. They're a staple. Ever since the beginning, the 14 rum cask was one of my favorites, right?
Yep.
And then toasted wood.
How many times have you recommended the 12?
Oh, yeah, it's amazing.
Well, the
right?
thing is, the Balvenie 14 Caribbean cask is going for $85 now.
Oh, yeah, no,
So
absolutely.
for 2 more years, twice the
Balvenie
price?
itself, all price has gone up. Okay, first of all, hold on. This is exceptional. It's perfect for me right now. I'm really, really enjoying this for my palate.
Yep.
It's expensive, yes, but you're getting 16 years. So yeah, it may be expensive for that, depending on your palate. But everything you guys have said so far, man, I'll tell you, from the first sip until right now has gotten better every single time for me. Like I just had a sip a minute ago. I'm like, wow, it's gotten better. So much complexity to it. The evolution of, you want it neat, you want it more edgy, you want a little bit more flavor potency, sure. You want to put some water on it and edge it out a little smoother so it blends better, sure, it's great. You can play with it. To me, it's hitting all the bells and whistles right now. I want to give it a 4, but it's just top of the edge price for me, so I'm going to give it a 3.5.
Wow.
I got to go back and give it a 3 because I think you know what we've done in previous reviews is because this is a specialty bottle. This is not your everyday bottle, but it's so good that
really
it deserves at least a 3 based on that. So I'm going to go back up to a 3. So what did you give it?
3.
I gave it a 3.
3.5.
3. Okay.
Sean,
man.
what you got, man?
I am intrigued by this bottle
Right.
because I agree with Andrew. It's kind of a meat and potatoes whiskey. It feels like this big, bold whiskey, and they put it in these other casks, and it kind of to add like a layer of sweetness. It's not overly complex because of that. I don't think that it added like a layer of depth and like a bunch of interesting flavors, but the ones that they did added interesting flavors that built on top of what was already there.
Yeah,
So I think that it's a very interesting whiskey in that regard. And I liked the French oak. Like I liked the spice, and it was fun. There were parts that were like gingery and had that like ginger spice, but then there were parts that were white pepper, and they melded very well. The fruit flavors were there. but they weren't over the top fruit flavors. And it was all on this backbone of this like deep, rich whiskey that had, you know, real good depth. Like it's what a Scotch should be, right? And it had a nice long flavor, and the finish was good. So I added water to it twice. It held water both times. It was fun to drink. I want to pour another glass right away, so that's always a good sign.
Yeah, it is.
The price point does suck just because it is a lot of money. Like you're not going to buy this for an everyday drinker. Most people won't. Nope. But I think that if you're buying it as a specialty bottle and you're going in with that kind of mindset, that it's probably worth it. So I'll discount the price just a little bit. I was with Andrew. I was like, it is a 3. Do you discount it a little bit because of the price? I'm not going to. I'm just going to give it a solid 3 and just leave it at that. I think it's a really good whiskey, and you should try it if you can.
Yep.
I honestly think it stands on itself by being a specialty bottle. I mean, if you had this on your bar, you're going to pour it for the special guests, the special friends, the special occasions, and it will not let down. It won't disappoint.
Absolutely.
There you go.
100%.
So 3,
Wow.
3, 3, 5, 3.
Yep.
3, 3, 5, 3, 3, 5, 3.
3.125.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
Cheers
you
on that note.
Ah,
did. Cheers.
cheers, guys.
Great bottle.
Great bottle.